the front. Let's just maybe leave the front tables open. Tafadhali, if you don't mind. Kama mtajali kuhamia mbele, muweze kukaa katika na kujaza viti katika meza za mbele. Please. If you don't mind filling up the tables towards the front, please come up. So on behalf of the organizers, Helen, are we good to go? Are we good to go? Should we? Kwa upande wa technicals, hizi video kama zina sauti, naomba tuzianzishe mwanzo ili angalau tupige hii moja ya key sponsor wetu AGS. Tafadhali. Naomba tupige hili tangazo la AGS kwa sauti tafadhali. Tuanze mwanzo. Naomba rudishe nyuma.
Tuangalie sauti. Ngoja tu kuna kitu nakiweka sawa.
Naitwa Esther Waithera wa Mwere. Nikianza job ya chips nilikuwa natumia gas Kameko. Ilikuwa inani take 3 to 4 days according to venye job inanipeleka, and ilikuwa ni hasara kwangu. Sasa zenye unapika tuseme for instance inazimanga 2 pap. So inabidi uifunge business yako, utoke uende ukatafute gas, ungoje iletwe. So far inakuwestia time, and maybe I didn't have that money to fill it up. Na kopa nipatie pesa ya gas nikifanya kazi jioni narudisha, so it was troublesome for me. M-gas iko na bana 2. Of course iko na mtungi kubwa, so unaona itanipeleka sitashinda nikirudi kuwekewa gas. So I change before the gas ishe. So mimi nasikinga tu nikiwa tu sawa. I use the money that I have for that moment. Lakini leo unaendea hii gas na 1500, kesho unakuta iko 18, kesho ukuta iko 23. So unaona M-gas ainanga sauti. Meko iko na ile ka sauti so irritating. Unaona ile ka sauti ile meko inatoanga. Haitoi any smell. Customer anasikianga tu smell ya food. Kununua gas kidogo. Imenisaidia in such a way naweza kulipia watoto wangu school fees without stress. Sababu school fees inakuja lazima ulipe mingi atago on my business. Kitu kama buying smokies, una purchase smokies, hizo zinahitaji ulipe pesa yote, lakini gas natoa tu kidogo. Process ya kuwakisha kuni ni stressful. Ya pili iko na moshi sana. Ya tatu inachafua vyombo sana. Vyombo zikichafuka unatumia sabuni mingi. Moshi, kuni pia ina affect macho. Nayo makaa pia. Mimi siwezi tumia jiko karibu. So inani affecting hata naweza anguka. Sababu ya hiyo nini ya makaa. So ninge prefer kama mtu angeonelea atumie tu M-gas.
In a world of variety and information overload, communicate everywhere. Chances, opportunities, or just mere luck are all possibilities. Clarity, reliability, and confidence is key. Taking chances moves you forward. But reliable and informative sources get you there. More content, better business for you. The Citizen. It's the content.
Kwa majina naitwa Esther Waithera wa Mwire. Nikianza job ya chips, nilikuwa natumia gas Kameko. Ilikuwa inani take 3 to 4 days according Kwa majina naitwa Esther Waithera wa Mwire. Nikianza job ya chips, nilikuwa natumia gas Kameko. Ilikuwa inani take 3 to 4 days according to venye job inanipeleka, and ilikuwa ni hasara kwangu. Sasa zenye unapika, tuseme for instance, inazimanga tu pap. So inabidi ufunge business yako, utoke, uende ukatafute gas, ungoje iletwe. So inakuwestia time, and maybe I didn't have that money to fill it up. Na kopa nipatie pesa ya gas, nikifanya kazi jioni narudisha. So it was troublesome for me. M-gas iko na bana 2. Of course iko na mtungi kubwa, so unaona itanipeleka sitashinda nikirudi kuwekewa gas. So I change before the gas ishe. So mimi nasikia tu nikiwa tu sawa. I use the money that I have for that moment. Lakini leo unaendea hii gas na 1500, kesho unakuta iko 18, kesho ukuta iko 23. So unaona M-gas ainanga sauti. Meko iko na ile kasauti so irritating. Unaona ile kasauti ile meko inatoanga. Haitoi any smell. Customer anasikianga tu smell ya food. Ununua gas kidogo. Imenisaidia in such a way naweza kulipia watoto wangu school fees without stress. Sababu school fees inakuja lazima ulipe mingi atago on my business. Kitu kama buying smokies, unapatia smokies, hizo zinahitaji ulipe pesa yote, lakini gas natoa tu kidogo. Process ya kuwakisha kuni ni stressful. Ya pili iko na moshi sana. Ya tatu inachafua vyombo sana. Vyombo zikichafuka unatumia sabuni mingi. Moshi, kuni pia ina affect macho. Nayo makaa pia. Mimi siwezi tumia jiko karibu. So inani affecting, hata naweza anguka. Sababu ya hiyo nini ya makaa. So ninge prefer kama mtu angeonelea atumie tu M-gas.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I please request that we stand and we put our hands together for our VPs and our guest of honor. Kindly, may we rise and let's put our hands together as we welcome our VPs into the room, please. Your hands, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's take our seats and thank you very much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Energy Connect, day number 3 of the conference and exhibition. My name is Taji, or one of your hosts this morning and for the whole day. It's my pleasure to welcome you to this event, which has an official opening, as well as our panel discussions throughout the day. Our main event themes are clean cooking and green energy, synergy for innovations in sustainable energy. We look forward to very engaging discussions throughout the day today. On behalf of the organizers, Maonyesho Communications Limited, ATOGS, and TZLPGA, welcome all our government officials, your excellencies, ambassadors, and high commissioners, our very esteemed sponsors, and I'm going to go over the list. AGS as our key sponsor. Let's please put our hands together. Thank you very much for your support. Oryx Energy, KS Energy, ASAS, Puma Energy, NDT, WGA, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, TQA, M-Gas, and you're very active in the room, I can see, very well done. Smartnology, and Tukio. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank our sponsors and our partners. Let's put our hands together once again. And now let me get straight to the event that is the official opening event, ladies and gentlemen. For introductions and brief remarks from the Honorable Abdul Samad Al-Brahim, Chair of the Association of the Tanzania Oil and Gas Service Providers, ATOGS. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as he comes forward. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much, Taji Liundi, our MC of the day, my brother. Honorable Shaibu Kadwara, our guest of honor for today, who is also the Minister of Water and Energy of Zanzibar. Honorable Riziki Pembe, Minister of Community Development, Gender, Elderly Children of Zanzibar. Dr. James Matarajio, my brother, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Energy. Madam Mariam Abdullah, Principal Secretary in the Vice President Office of the Government of Zanzibar. My brother, Chairman of Mwananchi Communications Group. Excellencies, ambassadors, high commissioners, and member of a diplomatic corps, heads of institutions, executive directors, CEOs, local and foreign institutions, authorities, companies, and associations present here, captains of industries from energy, oil and gas, and clean cooking sector, business leaders, representative group from Mama Ntilie, I can see them here today. Our esteemed partners, our valuable sponsors, members of the media, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, protocol observed. Allow me to thank Honorable Kadwara for representing our Deputy Prime Minister, who have been called in to Dodoma today for important cabinet meeting, along with all other ministers. So today, Deputy Prime Minister will be represented by Honorable Kadwara. Honorable Kadwara, thank you very much for traveling all the way from Zanzibar. Please give him a big applause to be here. Equally, I would also like to thank ministers, my sister Riziki Pembe, permanent secretaries, and all of you who have honored your times to accept our invitations. As organizers of this event, we feel very privileged by your presence, na tunasema asanteni sana. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor that I stand here before you today to welcome all of you on this significant milestone in our shared journey toward cleaner, greener, and more sustainable energy future. As we gather for Energy Connect 2024, under the theme, Clean Cooking, Green Energy, Synergy for Innovations in Sustainable Energy, we are not merely convening to discuss challenges, but to actively shape the future of energy in Tanzania and beyond. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this event aligns with the aspirations set forth by Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, following the Paris Declaration and her Azimio la Kizimkazi initiative in Zanzibar, which made a powerful call for action to clean energy solutions. These efforts support the nation's ambitious goal of ensuring that by cooking energy, but also to remove the burden of fetching wood and reduce the pollution and those women's fatalities resulting in cooking smoke which kills millions every year. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, today's event is not just another conference. It represents a pivotal moment in Tanzania's journey toward delivering sustainable energy solution that meets needs of our people to protect our environment and secure a brighter future for generations to come. This event, Energy Connect, brings together leading experts, policymakers, innovators from various sectors, energy, policy, academia, technologists, financiers, and grassroots organizations, all united, not Manchester United, all united by a common goal of advancing a clean energy agenda. I am pleased to announce that we, in the last 3 days, we have 23 countries representing here today, including our colleagues who have traveled all the way from Paris. Can you please just raise up, please? Please give them a big applause, all the Paris. We have Houston, we have Oman, those who are from Oman, we have UK and others who are here. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to do more than just engage in dialogue. This platform serves as a springboard of transformative action. It is about fostering innovative thinking, building strategic partnership, and promoting practical solutions that will accelerate our efforts to achieve universal access to clean and sustainable energy. I kindly call for all of us here present to be the ambassadors of clean cooking. That is the call that we are pledging for everyone. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, at the heart of this conference, it is clear and critical vision to provide safe, reliable, and sustainable energy solutions for every Tanzanian household. This means reducing our dependence on harmful traditional fuels such as charcoals and firewoods, which not only degrade our environment, but also threatens the health of well-being of millions of Tanzanians and the rest of the world. We are fully committed to the national agenda spearheaded by Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu, whose bold visions aims to achieve 80% clean energy usage by 2034. This is an ambitious target, but it is one we are determined to meet together. Together, we embark on this journey, understanding that clean energy is not just an environmental imperative, but it is a social and economic necessity. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, this journey cannot be undertaken alone. We need all of you to be part of this journey. Achieving such ambitious goals requires a combined effort of all stakeholders, which we are here together. Only through partnership across government, the private sector, international organizations, and local communities, we can successfully transition to cleaner, greener energy together. Energy Connect, because we are all connected, is more than just a forum for discussion. It is a platform for action. We must work together to ensure that our communities, especially those in rural areas, are educated and empowered to make informed choices about their energy use. We are committed to leaving no one behind in this transition, providing the necessary resources and tools to facilitate the adoption of clean cooking solutions in the grassroots level. Our efforts to promote clean cooking stem from a deep belief that access to clean energy transition can transform our lives. It is our moral obligation to ensure that every Tanzanian, regardless of where they live, access clean, affordable, and sustainable energy. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we say in Kiswahili, Tanzania ni nchi yetu, na nyinyi ndio miongoni mwa wajenzi wake, which simply means Tanzania is our country, and each one of us is a builder of its future. Your presence here today is a reflection of your dedication and shared responsibility in shaping that future. This spirit of collaboration and collective action will propel us forward in the years to come. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude my remark, I would like to express our gratitude to our generous sponsors. Your wavering support has made this event possible and has helped pave way for more sustainable and prosperous Tanzania. Your contribution goes beyond financial backing. They reflect a commitment to cleaner, healthier, and more sustainable future for all Tanzanians. Together, we are building a legacy that will benefit generations to come. Shukran kwa wadhamini wetu. I would like to name them AGS. Please give them a big applause. These are our Mr. Salim, who has traveled all the way from Oman. Please allow me to say thank you. But also for Orexi, you are here. Thank you very much. Puma Energy, KS Energy, Asas, Bill and Melinda Gates, NDT, Taka Dalbet, AG Energies, M Gas, NMB Bank, and Jitegemea Holding. I would also like to recognize and appreciate the effort of our organizing committee. If you are here, all of you, Helen and the team, Mary, can you please just wave those who are in the committee? Please raise your hands so people can see. They're behind everywhere. Yeah. Honorable guest of honor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we move forward to this critical work, let us remember that the choice we make today will shape the future of our nation and our planet. As Mahatma Gandhi wisely said, the future depends on what we do it in the present. Let this be our guiding principle as we work tirelessly to make a lasting impact on the energy sector, na vile vile kumtua mama kuni, which simply means we need to stop women's carrying the charcoals and the wood from their villages. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for your dedication, commitment, and partnership in this noble cause. Together, we will achieve a cleaner, greener, and more sustainable future for Tanzania. Asanteni sana, and welcome once again to this important gathering. Let us continue this journey towards a brighter, more sustainable future. Let us. Thank you.
Honorable guest of honor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as much as the Honorable Abdul Samad Abdul Rahim, the chairman, has heaped praise on you, but I think we also equally need to praise him for his unwavering passion and dedication for this sector. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's acknowledge the Honorable. And now over to our partners.
We have a few representatives here from international organizations and agencies. The sponsors, as always, you've made this possible, and many of our esteemed partners. So once again, thank you for that. Our esteemed panelists and speakers who we're going to get a chance to talk to and meet today. Honorable guests, ladies and gents, habari za asubuhi. Habari za asubuhi, jamani. Good, good. Mine is going to be very quick. It is to bring to the fore for you our board chair, and you're going to hear a bit more about this, about what we do from him. But I will just tell you a few things. For me, I'm very proud to stand in front of you today because this summit, this landmark moment actually, is our inaugural Energy Connect conference. It's good to see you this fine Friday. This is a month of really deep work behind the scenes from all our partners. Mwananchi Communications, obviously, at the forefront with the esteemed board chair, Mr. Leonard Mususa, with us this morning. The Association of Tanzania Oil and Gas Services Providers, ATOGS, represented by His Excellency Ambassador Abdul Samad Abdurrahim, Chairman. Tanzania LPG Association, they're here. So we got together and we were asking ourselves, we're thinking, why do this now? Why Energy Connect? And why do something around clean cooking? Why is this conversation at this moment? So I think from where we sit in the business of content and conversations, that is the forte for Mwananchi Communications. We are grounded in the fact that energy is, it is an issue of empowerment. There's this old adage, folks say, energy is life, right? I think physicists say life is energy, but anthropologists tell you energy is life. Thank you. So, extending that logic, clean energy, any conversations about clean energy tend to, ultimately pivot back to the fact that when you enable folks to have access to clean cooking tech, clean cooking energies, clean cooking solutions, you're empowering them to have a better, richer, more fulfilled life. So for many in Tanzania, though, the challenge is that is still a pipe dream, right? Being able to access cheap, effective, clean cooking technology or clean cooking energy is a bit of a stretch. Many of you in this room know the statistics. 90% of households in TZ, in Tanzania, are really driven, powered by firewood and charcoal. That's their cooking energy. And the burden of this disproportionately affects women and girls. That we know. There is this concept I came across as I was researching this issue a bit. Experts call it the cycle time of poverty, like the cycle of time poverty. So essentially it means you have many young women and children and girls essentially spending up to 40 hours a week just collecting firewood or finding biomass as a source of fuel. So 40 hours a week, that's the average, that is the typical working week basically. So you have an entire, in Tanzania, half the population is women. So half of one dimension. So there is that equality and equity dimension. There are other things here. There is the environmental impact from deforestation as people use biomass. There's questions of access, for affordability and scalability for alternative, clean alternatives like gas and electricity. There is questions around the role of technology and innovation in improving negatively influence policy, strategy, and business outcomes. We want to co-develop together, the folks in this room, innovative solutions to low adaptation. So there's some behavior change aspects there. We want to change perceptions. We want to get more people on this journey towards a more sustainable way of cooking and essentially living. So we're here to share and learn from each other. We have the National Clean Cooking Energy Strategy launched in May last year by Her Excellency, the President, Samia Suluhu Hassan. And that's a roadmap, right? Folks have given us, there's a roadmap. So when you have a roadmap like that, we know the benefits, better lives and livelihoods, equality, a better environment for everybody, better health outcomes. But somebody has to make that happen. And I think that becomes the role for those of us in this space, in this room today. So it's our job to figure out how to make this a reality. It is part of our challenge to see how to put these things, these ideas into practice in our various spaces, whether you work in the private sector, whether you're in policy and legislation, whether you work in civil society, whether you're a community leader, an entrepreneur. We have to take this opportunity today to talk about innovation, to see what's there, to mobilize resources, to figure out a way to empower our communities to embrace clean cooking solutions. We at Mwananchi feel that when we do that, when we empower these sorts of conversations, we are paving the way, essentially, for a more inclusive and a more prosperous and sustainable Tanzania. So niwashukuru sana once again, asanteni sana. Karibuni Energy Connect 2024. Get out there, mingle, talk, challenge the status quo, and let's have a good time today. Thank you so much. And I would like now take this opportunity to welcome the MCL Board Chair, Leonard Mususa, to give us a bit of a keynote in terms of how we factor into this whole clean cooking and clean energy dimension. So thank you so much. Karibu Chair.
Thank you, Victor. Honorable Shaib Kadwara, Minister of Water, Energy and Minerals, Zanzibar, representing the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Energy for Tanzania, Dr. Doto Biteko. Honorable Rizk Pembe Juma, Minister for Community Development, Gender and Children, Zanzibar. Dr. James Mataragio, Deputy PS, Ministry of Energy, Tanzania. Chair of the Association of Tanzania Oil and Gas Service Providers, Mr. Abdul Samad Abdul Karim. Executive Director, Tanzania Liquefied Petroleum Gas Association, and Head of Wet Liquefied Petroleum Gas Association, our panelists, sponsors, partners, participants present, and those online. I understand there's some online. Good morning. Delighted to be with you here today, at such a prestigious event. Given what has happened the last couple of days, I'm really impressed about the turnout. From those present today, I believe your interest is still there. You haven't all departed. So really grateful that you could take your time to be with us here today. Now, climate change and the urgent need for mitigation has been on the global agenda for quite a long time. I think when we look at the annual UN COP meetings, we are now up to COP23 last year. If we have one this year, it will be COP24. Now, this started in 1995, and these really deal with the impact of climate change. And commitments have been made over the years by countries concerning mitigation actions. Targets have been set for reduction of greenhouse gases. But I think it's fair to say there's been little progress to date. Even the big sums of money that are committed, billions of dollars to support countries like ours that are most affected, we don't see much of those funds flowing to our part of the world. But global warming continues, and we are all witnessing its effect in terms of very unpredictable weather patterns. Now, this year, Lake Victoria rose to its highest. Now, yesterday, I read news, and I'm told, in the US, the rivers have been at their lowest ever. So you have Lake Victoria at its highest. So we have, sort of really got too much water there. But what's in other parts of the world is at lowest. So, completely confusing weather pattern. Now, developing countries like Tanzania may contribute less to greenhouse gases. But it's critical that all countries in the world act. We can't really depend on others playing their part while we're doing nothing. Reduction, particularly championed by our own president. Yeah, that we can really be proud of. Now, when we talk about energy consumption, I think many of us, we probably, particularly those sitting here, will be high, and sort of I'm talking about for the forest everywhere. There were trees everywhere. Yeah, I couldn't imagine walking any short distance with sort of tree cover all over the place. I couldn't go too far from my home without seeing thick forest. But that is gone, partly because population pressure. I think we didn't control our population very well there. But some of our vegetation, forest, all the way to Kiba and beyond. But, Coast region has also been affected. And I think there were lorries and lorries of charcoal from Kisarawe being brought to Dar es Salaam for consumption, for cooking. So it's real. Now, this has had a really detrimental effect, huge detrimental effect to the economy of Tanzania, in terms of weather patterns, I said earlier on. In Ukerewe, we had rain throughout the year when I was young. Very reliable rain. There was never a month without rain. Now we have proper dry seasons. Now we struggle to get water at certain times of the year, so that's real. Firewood is a problem to find. Charcoal is getting more and more expensive. And just finding firewood, like Victor said, is a challenge, so much time spent. The impact on health and premature death is huge. My own auntie died of throat cancer, and I believe that came from the environment in which she lived. She had to cook in a kitchen, lots of smoke, and she died of throat cancer. So the statistics say 3.7 million premature deaths occur every year globally because of the impact on health from lack of clean cooking. And 60% of that is in Africa. So Africa is most impacted. Now, as you're aware, at the first ever high-level clean cooking summit, it focused on cooking access in Africa, and and it's a matter of pride that it was co-chaired by our own president. And in her remarks, I think you might recall that she said insufficient funding and a lack of awareness about economic opportunities within the clean cooking industry hamper efforts to scale interventions. Moreover, development of the needed solutions is limited by insufficient research and innovation. And that's why I think this conference is timely. And Mwananchi Communication and its partners consider it appropriate that we should have this dialogue. As part of our agenda as Mwananchi Communication, we consider creating a platform for public engagement as forms, and we've had thought leadership conferences that we organize regularly throughout the year, both on the mainland and I think once in Zanzibar, and we need to do more. But I think bring stakeholders together to find solutions. The aim here is to find solutions, not a platform where we just complain, but we find solutions to tackle problems such as this. Now, at the summit, $2.2 billion were mobilized to support transition to clean cooking endeavors globally, but that's very little. I understand if you look at the annual spend globally in transition to clean cooking, it's probably in the order of $8 billion. So this is just a small amount of money. Now, in order to achieve 100% access to universal cooking for all in Tanzania, now, I understand our president has set a target of 80% by 2034, but I think we should be aiming at 100% and not really just 80%. We will need innovative solutions for sure, accompanied by user engagement and education programs. So this engagement is part of it. I think we start from here. Now, affordability, particularly of upfront cost, is the main challenge. So we need to find innovative financing mechanism to tackle that. Now, I think we also need to find innovative solutions. Technology can help, but it's amazing what people can do once they put their mind to something. I very often see, even with the current charcoal stoves or biomass stoves, there are already people that are producing fantastic stoves that save use of energy. So we already have people applying their minds to it. So as we get to use of gas, I am sure that either through how you cook or the kind of stove you're using, we will find innovative solutions. So that's why we're here, and I think we can put our minds together together with the WLGA, TZLPGA, ATGOS, trying to participate in this conference. Amazing turnout, and I really appreciate that we can.
Our guest of honor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm tempted to think that our chair is regarding his age as he discusses these issues. You can feel there's a passion in him to develop new ideas, to innovate, as he's taken us on a trip back in time to his childhood and how he appreciated how nature was flourishing to the present state. That's very true. That when you do cook with firewood, there's just a bit of a different of a taste, and so that could be something regressive in our efforts. And we thank you very much for your forward-looking ideas and the brilliant ideas you bring forth. So if I've interpreted you very well, the elderly are telling us, let us do the very best as we move forward. Asante sana, nashukuru sana. May I please acknowledge, before we move on, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Menye and Mr. Olasas. I hope you've been doing good business during the exhibitions. Honorable guest of honor, may I now please welcome Mr. Benoit Araman, who's the chairman, Tanzania Liquefied Petroleum Gas Association.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning to all. How are you? Hope you're well. Another speaker, so a couple of minutes of attention from your side in that day where you will have no other choice than speak and listen, listen and speak. So let me, without losing time, send my protocols and to Mheshimiwa Kadwara, Waziri na Nishati ya Zanzibar, ministers, deputy permanent secretary, members of the government of Zanzibar and the Republic of Tanzania, distinguished diplomats, Balozi from foreign missions, Balozi and Kaka Abdul Rahim, World LGA colleagues, my distinguished executive director from the Tanzanian LPG Association. But you know, the combination and the union of forces have resulted into an event that until now has been extremely successful. Today we had a workshop on clean cooking, mainly focusing on LPG. I will not apologize to be a gas man, and I reckon, though, that there are many ways to deal with clean cooking. LPG is certainly for Africa and many developing countries a solution to really consider with a lot of seriousness. So, to our point, we all know where we stand. You've heard those numbers and you've heard the situation. And I'd say that in a provocative manner, for me, it is not a question of climate change only. It is a question of dealing with energy poverty. Why a certain part of the world would have access to a clean energy and then clean without any harm to your health, whilst others would just be left behind just with the use of harmful biomass fuel and dying by thousands, if not dozens of thousands, on a yearly basis. So, my first point is addressing energy poverty through the mitigation of the current situation by promoting clean energy solution for people as a matter of a basic right. That's point number one. The point number two that I want to share with you is that we have a unique opportunity, and pardon me to focus on the LPG industry. So I am 37 years within this industry, which is in existence for 112 years, right? LPG industry. Now, what I see with the implementation and the development of clean cooking program is an opportunity for investment, growth, dissemination of clean energy solution, LPG fueled, which I've never seen over the almost 4 decades of career in that industry. And my colleagues here, my senior colleagues from Brazil, I don't know if we have colleagues from India, but colleagues from this country, India, Indonesia, Brazil, could give testimonial of the good of this energy when it comes to be used by a large domestic market to address the challenge of clean cooking in their own country. So there is a unique opportunity, and a unique opportunity for Tanzania, of course, and larger. This opportunity for Tanzania comes, one, from the incredible drive of Her Excellency, Madam President, being the champion of the clean cooking program and clean cooking access for Tanzania, but also for the African continent, right? Second, there is a massive impact on the population itself, right? As an improvement of communities and welfare of the communities. But there is also for every single country, Tanzania first, where clean cooking solution, LPG based, will be implemented, a massive opportunity in terms of investment. And when I'm saying investment, we all know that LPG industry is capital intensive. We're talking about thousands of millions of dollars of investment. We are talking about thousands and thousands of job creation. We are talking about thousands of job creation as indirect jobs. We are talking about taxes being paid, provided that companies will be profitable, of course, but in billions and billions and billions of shillings. So we are talking about all the good ingredients of what justify fully a large 100,000 tons. And round about 350,000 tons of product which is imported, 150,000 tons being then re-exported in the landlocked, what we call the landlocked countries, right? But this is one of the smallest consumption in the world in terms of quantity of product consumed per year per capita, 2.2 kilo. That's one of the KPI that we need to keep in mind. Now you can do all the projection in a scientific way, in a subjective way, in an instinctive way, using whatever kind of method. Everything is telling you that if conditions are remaining the same, in 10 years' time, this 200,000 tons market is becoming a 1 million ton market. 10 years. So basically, in 10 years' time, we anticipate a bit more than 100 million inhabitants in Tanzania. In 10 years' time, we anticipate 1 million ton of LPG being sold, i.e. 10 kilo per year per capita, meaning the current situation times 5. Huge opportunity, huge. So this opportunity does not go without challenges. One of the challenges is that we are at the nascent stage of this industry today. So it is now that together with the government, we need, as a private sector and government, to sit back, look at benchmark of successful business case elsewhere, and decide upon what will be the relevant choice and the best practice to be opted for in order to create that conducive environment for the development of the business and this industry. Reminder, for the good of the citizen. For the good of the citizen. Right? So that's the first challenge, to opt for the best practices. Now, another challenge, which is linked to the opportunity, is that if the opportunity is enormous, the amount of investment is also enormous. The amount of resource capital to be injected in this industry to make it fly is huge. We're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of millions of dollars to be invested in the next couple of years, and specifically within the 10 years program of Nishati Safi Kupikia from Her Excellency. Investment in what? Terminals. So receiving ships, right? Investment in storage facility, investment in cylinders, investment in distribution model, investment in trucks, investment in resources, building capacity. All of that is an immense challenge, but which is needed to be addressed to respond to the opportunity. And also, specifically for Mzungu like me, coming from Western Europe and other regions of the world. Another challenge that we are going to have to address is that, you know, anyone will, or everyone is talking about energy transition and coming greener and cleaner and da-da-da-da. Fine. What does that mean? What kind of transition are we going through in Africa and in Tanzania? Don't ask us, I'm saying us as part of Tanzania now, to transit overnight towards fancy renewable energy. We cannot do that. The state has no money to do that. We can only address that partly, right? And the transition to renewable is not going to happen overnight. To believe differently is a myth and a lie. However, a first transition would be to move from biomass, killing harmful biomass, charcoal and wood, to something much cleaner, such as gas. Okay, gas in Western Europe, you don't talk about it any longer, or much less. However, Europe has made a fortune in terms of energy development, industrial development, and all that for 70 years, thanks to gas. So why Africa would be prevented to do the same? Hence, the need for focus on a transition which is going to adopt a relevant energy for the country, right? So we need to walk away from a little bit from some form of dogma here. Another thing that I want to address in this nascent industry is that, as Mzee said it just now, donation, business for free, is not a business model. So, yes, there is a lot that is currently done to start the ball rolling with fundings and use of funds that is allowing people to access for free at technologies which are supporting the clean cooking development agenda. However, doing business for free, specifically for investors, is not a model. Donation is not a model. Just to keep that in mind. Amongst the other challenges that we have, and this one is very, very critical, the use of technology enabling customers to have an access at an affordable price of this technology. So I could go on and on and on and on the opportunity and challenges of this industry, but to conclude on my remarks, I'd say that there is a unique opportunity which is based on the championing of the clean cooking energy program championed by Her Excellency. We need to go on board and support her effort to implement that program for the next 10 years. All solutions welcome. And I want to say to the government of the United Republic of Tanzania that on the side of the LPG industry, we are ready to support and we are ready to embark that journey. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, personally, I believe that one of the ways of making sure that we achieve our goal of ensuring that 80% of Tanzanians have access to clean energy solutions by 2034, I believe is through participation of the private sector. So let me take this opportunity today to congratulate Maonyesho Communications Limited, Atogos, through Honorable Abdul Samad, and all organizers of this conference. I congratulate you for pulling up together this conference, and we believe that this is a big agenda, and from the government side, we are ready to support private sector to make sure that this type of events bring together people that will really push the agenda forward. So it's my great honor to stand before you today as this strategy is to ensure that, as I said, 80% of the Tanzanians have access to clean cooking solutions by 2034. By implementing this strategy, our country will make significant progress in protecting health, preserving the environment, and enhancing the economy of our people. The initiative aligns with the country's broader energy transition objectives, which include promoting green energy through renewable sources and improving energy efficiency. National policies such as National Energy 2015, the National Determined Contribution, NDC 2021, and the National Climate Change Response Strategy 2021-2026. All these policies emphasize on the importance of transitioning to green energy for the sustainable development of the nation. Honorable Minister, the Ministry of Energy commitment to clean energy extends beyond cooking to encompass renewable energy, development, and energy efficiency measures. Tanzania is expanding its renewable energy capacity through solar, wind, hydro, and the geothermal project. Key initiatives include utility-scale solar projects, off-grid solar homes systems, and the energy efficiency programs aimed at reducing home emissions and improving energy access, especially in rural areas. Honorable Minister, currently Tanzania generates 1,551 megawatt from clean energy sources, and this is mainly contributed from hydro, and about 1,541 megawatt, and the rest is from the other renewables. By 2030, the target is to harness over 4.2 gigawatt from a diverse range of renewable sources, including geothermal, solar, wind, biomass, and hydroelectric power. Honorable Minister, these efforts are in line with Tanzanian commitment to reducing emissions, energy, and the clean cooking projects. Tanzania can attract funding to implement its national clean cooking strategy and scale up renewable energy initiatives. So the Ministry of Energy from Tanzania, we call upon all partners to support our initiatives and in implementing the national clean cooking.
Kuweza kushiriki katika mkutano huu muhimu wenye mada kuu ya upishi safi na nishati ya kijani. Mada ambayo inaenda sambamba na ajenda ya taifa ya Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania Daktari Samia Suluhu Hassan kuwa ifikapo mwaka 2034 80% ya wananchi wawe wanatumia nishati safi ya kupikia. Kufikia lengo hili kutahitaji ushirikiano wa pamoja kutoka kwa wadau wote ikiwemo serikali, sekta binafsi na asasi za kiraia. Tunapaswa kuwekeza katika teknolojia na ubunifu, kuongeza uelewa kwa umma na kutekeleza sera zinazosaidia ili kuhakikisha suluhisho la nishati safi zinapatikana na zinamudu maisha ya Watanzania. Wote niwapongeze waandaaji wa mkutano huu, kwani utachangia sana kufikia lengo hili muhimu la taifa. Mkutano huu ni muhimu sana, kwani unatoa nafasi ya kuzungumza njia za kibunifu za kupata suluhisho la nishati endelevu kulingana na mahitaji ya jamii yetu. Ndugu washiriki, wageni waalikwa, Zanzibar ikiwa ni sehemu ya Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania ina historia nzuri ya kuhifadhi mazingira na kutunza urithi wetu wa asili. Visiwa vyetu vilivyozungukwa na bahari ya Hindi vimekuwa kivutio cha watalii duniani kote kwa sababu ya uzuri wake wa asili. Hata hivyo, kumekuwa tukikabiliana na changamoto zinazoletwa na utegemezi wa nishati za jadi kama vile kuni, mkaa. Matumizi haya yanaharibu mazingira yetu, bali pia yanaathiri afya ya jamii yetu, hususan wanawake na watoto. Ni lazima tukumbuke mabadiliko ya kuelekea kwenye suluhisho la sisi tunu hii ya taifa letu la Tanzania. Hivyo tutaweza kuinusuru dunia, lakini vile vile kuiacha Tanzania ikiwa salama. Baada ya maelezo hayo na hotuba hiyo, niwashukuru tena waandaaji wa warsha hii, kwani itatoa uelewa mkubwa sana kwa wananchi wa Tanzania. Baada ya maelezo hayo, niwashukuru sana. I thank you for your attention.
Nakushukuru Mheshimiwa, asante sana, and thank you for your speech. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to make you aware that the guest of honor is going to be leaving us shortly, and he has another equally engaging issue that he needs to attend to, and so we'll move straight into the photo session, take a short break, and then come back with the panel discussion. May I please request that we do a little rearrangement of the desk, of the high table, please. Tutapiga picha hapa mbele, kwa hiyo wakuu nitawaomba niwainue kidogo vijana. Come our moderators and panelists. It will be good at come our moderators and panelists. It will be good at a good chance to get to see them. Maonyesho Communications Limited, ATOGS and LPG board members. And since we have representation from different parts of the world, we'll welcome you from wherever you are to take a group photo together to remember the moment. There's just a bit of, just want to make sure that nobody's hurt. And so within Tanzania, great strides are being made to ensure that, as you can see in the picture, mtue mama kuni. Kuni is cooking wood. And so kutua is to take down the, as you can see in the further picture, the women are carrying firewood, and we need to ensure that that goes away. And the target for Tanzania is by 2034 to ensure that 80% of the populace is using safe cooking energy. The guest of honor has stressed on the importance of us working together. As we are in the room, all the partners, our sponsors, in our different capacities. May I bring you back to the high table, please? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, naomba niwarejeshe katika meza kuu. And so it is the work of... Naomba nikaribishe tafadhali maafisa wa serikali Ya tafadhali. Kwa hiyo hii ni picha ya pamoja ya muungano wetu. Your Excellencies, High Commissioners, Ambassadors and High Commissioners, please stand by. Your Excellencies, may I please welcome you for the photo, please. Waheshimiwa mabalozi, karibuni kwenye picha, tafadhali. Please exit towards the right. Picture, yes. With Your Excellencies. Your Excellencies, please wait. Please wait as we grow the picture a little bit. Do we have any other representatives from foreign embassies? The U. Our sponsors, please may I ask that you rise and you start moving towards the front. Our sponsors, please. And I can go over the list. Once again, AGS, thank you very much. Oryx, KS Energy, please come through. Asas, Puma Energy, NDT, WLGA, TQA, All right, thank you very much. May I please call on our foreign delegates. Many of us were noted. Just come for a group photo, just to remember the moment. All our foreign delegates, it doesn't matter whether you're from a mission, but I believe I've heard some guests from Oman and so forth. Please come for a photo opportunity, just to remember the occasion. Please come forward. Any of our foreign delegates? If I don't see any movement, I'm going to call on the organizers, please. From Maonyesho Communications Limited, please join the photo. ATOGS, LPG board members, please come forward. And finally, I'm going to call on the organizing committee to finalize this. The guest of honor is truly pressed to leave. So all the heads and leads of the organizing committee, of the organizers before the organizing committee. Will this suffice? Okay. Anyone else coming through? Most of the members of the organizing committee in the picture as well? Okay, very well. Thank you very much. Please descend, and ladies and gentlemen, we'll rise, put our hands together, thank the dignitaries at the high table. They are moving to the exhibition, and we'll take a short break within the room before we proceed. We're quickly setting up for the first panel session. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Mheshimiwa mgeni rasmi, tunakushukuru sana. Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania, kazi endelee. Mheshimiwa, naomba tuendelee na kazi. Asante sana. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a very short break as the dignitaries, 3-4 minutes, we get underway again.
Sababu gani?
Hizi zitatumika. Kwa hiyo moderator anakaa anaangalia. Anakaa huku kule. Kaa hivi. Anasema hii inatoka. Sawa.
Hivi vinarudi nyuma uje.
Hapa inatosha.
Oh, thanks, man. Mimi nitaanzia hapo. Nitaanzia hapo nitaikoboa mimi. Nitaichomoa mimi nikae nayo mimi.